So I've been going through this transformation emotionally and spiritually, and I feel like I've put in that work and I'm kind of coming out the other side of it. So just kind of some of the things that I do from that perspective. I pray and I ask God to help me and kind of give me the strength to persevere and get through my problems. And I also, know that there are angels, protecting me and guiding me along the way. And I have this little prayer jar. It's something that I've gotten from the Dollar Tree a while back, but you can use any jar. And I just write, I keep a little sticky notepad next to it, and I'll jot down a prayer and stick it in there, and then ever so often I'll kind of go through and kind of clean them out, and I just keep adding to it. So that's one thing that I do. Another thing that I do is I keep a gratitude and manifestation journal, and this isn't, at least for me, it's not a traditional journal where every night I write in it and I write like a few pages or anything like that. I will write in this 2 or 3 times a week, just whenever I have time to do some reflection and contemplation. And basically in here, I just write 3 things that I'm grateful for that day. I also try and write down the things that are causing me frustration or that I'm challenged by. Say like I'm in a bad mood or I'm angry about something, I'll try and kind of like work out why it is that I'm feeling that way and what can I do to not feel that way again in the future. But definitely writing down the 3 things that you're grateful for, that you're happy about, and kind of taking a moment to appreciate that. In here, I also keep, usually on the first few pages, I'll leave a few of them blank, and I'll write manifestations and affirmations. And then whenever I am, writing in the gratitude journal, I'll go back to those pages and I'll read my manifestations out loud, and I'll read some of the affirmations. And it's just, constantly reminding yourself of what it is that you want, constantly boosting your self-esteem. I think that's something that is really positive and really helpful. And the last thing that I can recommend that you should do is go through a goal setting exercise. Come up with what it is that you want to accomplish in different areas of your life and create vision boards. And I'll kind of show you one that I did for school. It was something that I was really struggling with because I wasn't motivated to kind of do my schoolwork or engage with school activities. So I wanted to make sure I clearly outlined like what I wanted to accomplish and the things that were required of me so that I could stay on track and kind of have this big picture vision of what was going on in that particular area of my life. And it was really helpful to do that. And it's something I have posted above my desk, and I can kind of see it every day. And I've used some Post-its so that I can, like, as I cross things off, I can switch things in and out. But there are also some things that I kind of permanently wrote on there, and just like as I'm doing them, I'm checking it off, and it's like, okay, I don't feel so overwhelmed anymore by thinking like, oh, I have all of these things to do. No, like it's clearly laid out in front of me. There's no need to panic or feel stressed about it. Just make sure that you're taking steps every day or every week to meet those goals. This is a little vision board that I made for school. I won't like zoom in and show you kind of the details of it, and please don't make fun of my like handwriting, but it was just something that I needed to get clarity on kind of the things that I was doing for school. I needed to, like I said on there, reframe my mindset, and it's something that's really helpful and that I can refer to, as the weeks progress, as I'm reaching my goals. So, I think with stuff like this, sometimes and this is probably true of the internet as a whole, but when you see things online and you see kind of, the day in the life of someone, or kind of how their morning routine, and they include all of these things, in real life, like, we don't actually have time for everything. And so I feel like it can make us feel like we're failures because we're not doing this every day and we're not perfect. But I think that it's important to just try and do some of this stuff. Like, you don't have to do it every day, but just make sure that you are kind of checking in once a week, once every couple of days, just to check in with yourself about how you're feeling and write it down, or pray, or even just like sit in front of a mirror and say it out loud to yourself. Because, you know, I know not everyone is religious, but I think you can always check in on your emotions, the state of what's happening in your life, and come up with ways in which that's making you feel good and ways in which it's making you not feel good. So that way you can learn to identify the things that are more low frequency or that are causing like negativity in your life, and remove that, and then focus on the things that are really making you happy. And that's just going to put you in a better emotional state overall. Pray if you're religious. If you're not, maybe do some meditation, just self-reflection, affirmations. Keep a journal where you can write down things you're grateful for, and keep track of your manifestations and affirmations. And then do goal setting and create vision boards so that you can keep in mind what it is that you want to accomplish. So yeah, I cleansed my space. I'm emotionally in a great place, and I have goals, and I'm really looking forward to kind of tackling the remainder of this year and kind of seeing where things take me. And I hope that my tips can help you accomplish, the things that you want to accomplish this year too, and just improve your emotional state and be as happy as you can be.